2021 has officially come to an end. I'm going to give you guys the top 10 cards from the entire year that I think are worth investing in right now. What's going on, Funhouse crew? Welcome back to the channel, TCG Funhouse, where we open up Pokemon cards, we talk about Pokemon cards, but more importantly than anything else, in the year 2022, I'm here to bring some positivity and have fun with you guys here in the Pokemon community. I'm Travis, and 2021 was one of the craziest, most roller coaster years in the entire history of the Pokemon TCG. There was so many peaks, valleys, dips, growth, tsunamis, hurricanes, earthquakes, Logan Pauls. There was everything. Everything happened in 2021 in the Pokemon TCG, so it is very, very hard to decipher. But I'm telling you guys right now, it was a great year. And there are so many cards worth buying and adding to your Pokemon TCG collection. It is so hard to wiggle through them. But in today's video, I'm going to give you guys my top 10 cards that I'm collecting and adding to my Pokemon collection / portfolio that I know will give me growth down the road when I'm looking to retire on St. Martin's Beach. Is that even a beach? I think I just made that up. But I'm pretty sure St. Martin's is a beach somewhere in this world. I hear about it on like Travel Channel and stuff. That's where you just get to retire over there after selling your whole collection for millions and millions of dollars. Let's reel it back in now that I just went off on my tangent and tell you guys about the giveaway we have going on. This is right, guys. The January giveaway. Pikachu V collection box from Shining Fates. One lucky subscriber is going to get this box this month. So make sure you guys stay tuned to the end of today's video to get all of your entry details. Now, as we start diving into the list, a couple things. Make sure you guys drop a sub if you're new here on the channel. We post Pokemon content 4 times every single week. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss out. But I also want to preface that right this minute may not be the best time to buy these cards. These are just the top 10 cards overall that I think you want to add to your collection. You might want to buy them 6 months from now. Next month, you should have bought them 4 months ago. So every single card is different on this list, but I will try to talk about them a little bit as they come up. And the first one that we're going to go over here on the list is actually from the last set that was just printed in the year 2021, Fusion Strike. I'm going with the Mew VMAX alternate art. And this card might actually be right around buy time. We are approaching the floor for this card. For the first few weeks of release, this card was $150, $160. It is all the way down to $85 market price over on TCG Player in near mint condition. That's insane. That's almost a 50% price reduction over the past 4 weeks. Blows my freaking mind. So we could be coming up to the floor on this card considering where other alternate arts still lie. Like the Umbreon is still like $200. The Rayquaza is still like $130, $140. And then the Gengar and Espeon are still up there in price as well, around that $100 marker. But the Mew VMAX has fallen significantly for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe people aren't too as excited about it as I thought they would be. But at $85, I think it still is a pretty decent buy right now. If that sucker gets to around 60, load up. That's why it's coming in at number 10 on today's list. Moving on down the list is a card that I don't think anybody saw coming, and that is the Special Delivery Bidoof card. And I don't also understand why it carries so much value. It is still around $150, $155 in near mint condition, probably because the card is just so rare. There's only 11 near mint over on TCG Player. There's actually only 11 overall over on TCG Player. This was a Pokemon Center exclusive that was shipped out to people who made orders right around a specific time. You had to tell them, yes, I'm interested in the card, and then they gave you a promo offer to place an order on Pokemon Center, use the code, and then you got your Bidoof. So I was lucky enough to get a Bidoof. I almost sold it for $100, $120 back when it first came out, not thinking it was going to be anything special, but it has actually gone up in price since then. It has been coming down. About a month ago or so, it was like $165. Now it's like $155. So it is coming down, but that's not a huge drop whatsoever. And the only reason why I think this card is worth adding to your collection is because of its rarity. It is such a rare card. It's the same Charizard artwork that everybody was clamoring for about the special delivery Charizard, and then they had that crazy leak. So in my opinion, I don't think we're ever going to get special delivery Charizard, especially since they used that artwork for this card. I think they used it to troll us and basically to give us a card that they were not going to give us whatsoever because of the leak and somebody taking the card from the factory and it leaking and getting out there. I think we got punished. I think the Bidoof is all we're going to get for this artwork, which has a really cool story, makes it very, very rare, and is going to make it worth adding to your collection. It's just very expensive right now at $150. Pushing forward here on the list at number 8 is a card that carried very, very good value for a long time. For 3 or 4 months, this card was right around that $100 marker and is officially down to about $60, $62 in near mint condition. And that's the Tyranitar V alternate art from Battle Styles, also known as the Sleepy T-Tar, because it is such an amazing artwork. One of the coolest, like most realism artworks that Pokemon has put out in a while. It's just phenomenal. And the one reason why I think this card fell, and the reason why I think it's more affordable than, let's say, you know, the Rayquaza VMAX alt and stuff like that, is that, in fact, it is not a VMAX. It is only a V. So go look at the prices for, you know, the Umbreon V alt art, the Rayquaza V alt art, the Mew V alt art. Very similar prices to where the Tyranitar is. Definitely wish we got a VMAX. It would be higher on the list, but even as its V counterpart, it's the most expensive card in Battle Styles and is still worth picking up. This might be the floor for this card. If anything, $50 will be the floor, but I still think right around that $60 marker, this is a good buy and add to your collection. Today's video is brought to you by Titan Shield. Empower passion and preserve value over on their Amazon store, which is the best place to pick up these wonderful sleeves and card protectors. Let's take a look and see what they have. Using code Funhouse15 at the checkout gives you 15% off the entire order. Take a look at these standard size sleeves, which are perfect for Magic the Gathering and Pokemon collectors. They have your fan favorites of black and clear, along with some more unique options like the pink and orange, which are super phenomenal. They also have these in the Japanese sizes for all of you Yu-Gi-Oh fans out there. My favorite product they carry, though, are the perfect fits. The double sleeving, the double protection is absolutely phenomenal, and these are very, very affordable. You get 1,000 inner sleeves for $20 before the 15% off. This is my absolute favorite product that they do carry, but they have everything, guys. Look at these top loaders, 3x4, penny sleeves, 9-page pockets. They have everything that you need over on the Amazon store. Use the link in the description, guys, and don't forget to use Funhouse code Funhouse15 to get 15% off your entire Titan Shield order. Here at number 7 is a card I already briefly mentioned earlier, and I'm actually going with the Gengar VMAX alternate art from Fusion Strike. This is my favorite artwork of the entire set. I'm very partial to Mew, but Gengar is also an amazing Pokemon that takes the cake here. It has actually surpassed the Mew and the Espeon as the most expensive card in all of Fusion Strike. It has tons of fanfare based around it. People love Gengar. When this card came out in Japanese in its starter decks, it was a huge chase. It was hundreds of dollars, even in the Japanese version. And then they gave it to us here in Fusion Strike, and look at that, now it is carrying the entire set as the most expensive card. Now, remember, guys, this list, we're not concerning ourselves with budget. Tune in next week, where I will give you guys a top 10 cards from 21 to collect on a budget. This is just what I think the top 10 cards are, regardless of current price and how much you have to pay to add them to your collection. Number 6 time here on the list, and this is actually my second favorite card of the entire year, but collectability, investing wise, it only comes in at number 6, and I'm going with the Rayquaza VMAX alternate art from Evolving Skies. This card is absolutely phenomenal. And as soon as I saw it, I was over the moon, and I'm still upset because I've not pulled it yet here on the channel. Right now, it goes for about $156 market price over on TCG Player in near mint condition, which makes it a very expensive card. One of the more expensive cards in the entire year, which, I mean, I guess when you're looking at most collectible and investable cards, you want high-end cards already. I still think this card is going to come down in price. $156 is not my buy price at this. If this card gets down to that $100 range, I do think it's going to be worth pulling the trigger on in a decent quantity, because I don't know if it will fall below that price. This year of 21 is going to be known as the year of the alternate art, and people are going to want these cards for years to come. It's not even the most expensive card in this set. It is my favorite card in this set. And if it gets that $100 marker, I'm buying a bunch. But right now at $156, I would hold off a tad. But if you have some, if you've pulled some and you currently have them in your collection, hold on to these things because they're going to be worth it down the road. Here at the halfway marker on the list is actually the card that beat out Rayquaza VMAX Alt Art in Evolving Skies, and that's the Umbreon VMAX Alt Art. I am very surprised at the price of this card. It is close to $200. When this card came out, it was right around $120, $130, so this card has actually gone up in price, which is very rare right now in the Pokemon TCG, which means we're not at the floor for this card either. So I would not purchase neither the Rayquaza or Umbreon right now. Let me make that clear. These cards will come down in price before I am flipping that switch. And I'm going to put this card in the same bucket as the Rayquaza. If it gets to $100, I think it's worth buying. They're both very rare cards. There's only 30 right now on TCG Player for the Umbreon VMAX alternate art. So the rarity mixed with the fan favorite of the Umbreon mixed with the rarity of an alternate art VMAX type exclusive card. These artworks are going to be very sought after down the road for both Rayquaza and Umbreon. Umbreon nudges it out right now because it is currently nudging it out in the market as we speak, so I gotta rank them that way as well. We're reaching the home stretch here in the second half of the list. At number 4 is probably a card that you guys expected to be a little bit higher on the list, and that's the Celebrations Charizard base set reprint from the Classic Collection 25th Anniversary Pokemon TCG set. And I told you guys a long time ago that my floor for this card was going to be $60, $65. You guys mocked me. You guys left some nasty comments back when the card was $120 and $130. And guess what? Current market price right now is $78 for this card. We are on our way to hitting that floor. There is 70 of these listings over on TCG Player in near mint condition. And at $78, $79, it's not a bad price. But I'm telling you guys, it's going to drop into the 60s at some point as we get more and more waves of celebrations. More ETBs will be opened up. More tins will be opened up. This card is going to continue to be readily available for the next year or two. Look what happened to a lot of the Hidden Fates cards, Shining Fates cards, and things like that. Now, the Charizards have still carried value. This is actually already more affordable than the Shiny Charizards, but it's actually a little bit more readily available as well. It is not as rare. And to prove that to you guys, I have pulled one Hidden Fates Charizard, one Champion's Path Shining Charizard, and one Shining Fates Charizard in all the times that I've opened those sets. In the minimum time that I've opened Celebrations, 4 base set reprints, kind of similar to the Evolutions one. I'm going to put it in the same category as that. We're going to see this thing floundering around $60, $65, and when that happens, buy them up. We've reached the point here on the list where you're going to be hearing that name ring several times. Charizard. And not only am I going with Charizard, but I'm going with another Celebrations base set reprint Charizard, the metal variant that comes inside the Ultra Premium Collection. Now, this card is going to be extraordinarily rare down the road because the UPC is not going to be one of those overly printed options for Pokemon collectors. What we have out there is probably what we're getting. We may get another very, very small print run, but I would not be surprised if the UPC is already done being printed and they're going to move forward with just ETBs and tins and boxes and stuff like that. which is going to make this card very rare. The hard part is getting a near mint condition. There's already more lightly played online right now than there is near mint condition because it just bangs around in that box, chips on the card, scratches on the back of it, things like that. So if you can pick one up in very good condition, that's awesome. It's been coming down in price as the UPC comes down, the Charizard comes down as well. But we will reach a point where the UPC goes back up and the Charizard goes back up as well relatively quickly. Who speaks English in this house and would like to do this video? Thank you. Now, I just warned you guys before number 3 that you were going to be hearing the Charizard word a lot. And here he is again at number 2, the shiny Charizard VMAX from Shining Fates. A lot of people forget that Shining Fates actually came out in 2021. Yes, February 2021 gave us Shining Fates and gave us the wonderful, gorgeous, scrumptious Charizard VMAX Shiny variant, which was everybody's chase card for basically the first half of 2021. Before we started to get those crazy good alternate arts and like Evolving Skies, and then Celebrations really put us over the hump. Even between now and then, that Shiny Charizard VMAX was the go-to chase card, and for me, it still is number 2. I still think in terms of uniqueness and collectability, this is going to be the second best card of the entire year, and it might even push that number 1 slot, because once you guys see my number 1, you might get a little skeptical. But I'll try to plead my case for you guys when it comes. But this is probably a lot of people's number 1 card that they want to collect in 2021, and it's going to be tough for me to argue. It currently is around $115 right now, near mint condition over on TCG Player. So if you can pick up this card for around $100, under $120, I think it's worth adding. I don't know how much more affordable this card is going to get. It's been out for basically a year now. The supply is the supply, 73 available. I don't see many changes happening. I think we're at a pretty level spot for it, but it will start going up in price like crazy in about 2-3 years. So we're in that buy period. $100, 110, I would grab it. We've made it. You guys have stuck through to see the gold medal slot here on the list, coming in at number 1 of my most collectible and investable Pokemon TCG cards in 2021. And I said gold medal because it's the gold Mew, the shiny gold Mew from Celebrations. This card is an all-time great card for me. I want 100 of these in my collection. I want Gym Mint 10s. I want raw cards. I want an entire binder full of these cards. I think they're going to be one of the most popular cards 10, 15, 20 years from now. When people look back at this era, they're going to remember these shiny gold cards, and the Mew is going to be the best one. I know technically the Snorlax, I think, is the most expensive gold shiny right now, but we're talking about Mew. And this card is not as common as people are making it out to be. People are really excited about Celebration's classic collection and the Charizards and the nostalgia of opening that set, and it almost put a damper on the shiny golden Mew. If the shiny golden Mew was inside Fusion Strike, it would be $150 right now. I promise you that. And like to prove to you guys, there's only like 80 of them over on TCG Player right now in near mint condition, which is not an overly flooded market. Like I said in one of my previous videos, there's over 300 Zapdoses, over 300 Dark Gyarados, and that sort of thing. There's 75 Charizards, so very competitive with that right now. The shiny gold Mew for me, which is under $50 right now, about $48, $49, is a huge buy. This card, it's an all-timer. Fan favorite mythical Pokemon, very nostalgic Pokemon from Gen 1. Mew always carries value. Shiny Mew variant, gold card. It tick marks a lot of the boxes. 25th anniversary stamp. A lot of that stuff is going to push it past the things like shiny Charizard, the alternate art Umbreon and stuff like that. At the end of the day, at the very, very end of the day, 10 years from now, I think this is going to be the card that people want the most out of the year 2021. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. That's it, guys. That's it. The end of today's video of my top 10 cards that I think are worth adding to your collection for long-term growth down the road in the Pokemon TCG for the year 2021. Now, I completely ignored budget. I said this earlier. I completely ignored budget on this video. If you want a more budget-friendly video, hit that sub button and drop a notification bell, because next Friday, I'm releasing a top 10 cards from 2021 that are worth buying on a budget, which means I am not spending over $20 on any card when I'm making that list. So sub 20 bucks, budget-friendly 2021 Pokemon TCG Collection Investment Building Guide. Next Friday, stay tuned for that. But since you guys have made it this long, I know you want your entry details, and since you're currently dropping a sub and leaving a like on this video, you stayed here long enough, and to show my appreciation, here's your entry details right now. Thank you guys so much for staying tuned to the end of today's video. It's time for those entry details. January 2022, we're giving away a Pikachu V collection box from Shining Fates. Shining Fates is massive right now for sealed collectors. I particularly would not open this box, but once you win it, it's yours. You can do whatever you want. I would keep it sealed though. I think Shining Fates is going to be massive for sealed collection, and it's coming to its end of reign. As more subsets come out, Shining Fates will be forgotten about, and I think it's worth buying right now while I can still sometimes find it out at the store. But it's just like every other giveaway that we have done here on the channel. You must be a subscriber, you must hit the like on this particular video, and you must leave a comment on this video as well. And remember, you can get an entry for every full-length video that we do here on the channel, and we're going to be looking to go to 4 videos a week instead of 3. That's massive. That's an additional entry every single week. So make sure you guys are doing that, because you can get an entry for every single video that we post. That is huge. Stop looking at my 4 hats. I know you guys enjoy when the band matches the color of the background, but since I turned it on rainbow, I didn't know which hat to wear. So this is what you get. I know it's really cool. I know. It's so heavy though. It's pushing my ears down. It kind of hurts. But thank you guys so much. Have a wonderful night.